The moment a single number lands on the table, a simple transfer pursuit becomes a high-stakes showdown, Euros 60 million. That figure isn't theoretical. It's a release clause Bayer Leverkusen have put in Hincapie's contract, and reports say they're insisting Arsenal meet it rather than negotiate a discount. Suddenly, the chase is no longer about matching a player to a system. It's about whether the Gunners are willing to spend big to reshape their spine, or whether they will try to engineer a creative workaround. Pierrot Hincapié has emerged as one of Europe's most sought-after young centre-backs. He's left-sided, comfortable on the ball, and has the mobility and aggression modern top teams crave, traits that make him a natural candidate to slide into Mikel Arteta's backline and provide balance on the left side of defence. That profile explains why Arsenal have placed him high on their list and why, as multiple outlets report, the club have been actively pursuing talks with Leverkusen and lining up personal terms. But transfers are rarely just about desire. Arsenal face 3 clear routes. The first is blunt: meet the clause, pay the full fee, and bring Hincapie in immediately. That would remove debate, give Arteta the left-footed centre-back he wants, and signal intent in a market where rivals are also spending. The second route is clever but riskier. Structure a loan now with a binding obligation to buy later. A deal shape that spreads the immediate cost and might satisfy Leverkusen's long-term valuation while easing Arsenal's short-term books. Several reliable reports suggest that option is already on the table as both clubs try to square financial and sporting needs. The third route is to step back, decline to meet the clause and look elsewhere, accepting that Leverkusen will keep a player who just helped them to domestic success and who fits their rebuild plans. Time intensifies everything. The Kiwior situation is the pressure valve here, with Jakub Kiwior reportedly heading for a medical with FC Porto in a loan with obligation deal. Arsenal could free a squad slot and raise funds that would make a Hincapie move more feasible. But a Kiwi exit doesn't automatically solve the release clause problem. It simply changes the short-term calculus and cranks up the urgency at the Emirates. If Kiwior's departure is confirmed, Arsenal's transfer team will have to accelerate a decision. Buy now, borrow then buy, or pivot to plan B or D. From a tactical standpoint, Hincapie offers something Arsenal currently value: pace to cover wide areas, the ability to step into midfield with the ball, and comfort in a high defensive line. For Arteta, who places a premium on defenders who can start play and recover quickly, that profile fits neatly into the kind of system that produced Arsenal's recent progress. But the club's wage structure, financial fair play considerations, and broader squad balance also matter, and Euro 60M isn't a throwaway sum. Fans will debate whether that money should be committed when there are other reinforcements to consider, but the counter-argument is equally persuasive. Premium defenders are rare, and paying for the right profile now may save costly shortfalls later. What should viewers watch for next? First, any official club communication about Kiwior's move to Porto. That will materially affect Arsenal's negotiating power. Second, a concrete offer from Arsenal to Leverkusen. If it includes an immediate activation of the clause, the story ends quickly. If the proposal is structured as a loan with an obligation, expect more weeks of back and forth as payment timings are negotiated. And finally, keep an eye on the player's stance. Multiple sources say Hincapie prefers a move to the Premier League, which can nudge negotiations, but only if Leverkusen sees the compensation as acceptable. In plain terms, this is a moment of decision for Arsenal. Pay the price and commit to a summer that reshapes the defence, attempt a financial workaround and risk the deal collapsing, or step away and accept that Leverkusen keep one of Europe's hottest young defenders. Each path has winners and losers. Immediate upgrade versus long-term financial prudence, a blockbuster move versus a patient market search. For supporters, the drama is irresistible. For the sporting director, it's a complex balance sheet problem. And for Arteta, it's a tactical puzzle that could define the season. Over the next 48-72 hours, expect the noise to peak. Paperwork and medicals often decide what headlines promise, and whatever happens will be judged not just by the price tag, but by how well the signing, or the decision not to sign, serves Arsenal on the pitch next season.